Hello, my name is Arturo Savera Granados. I am going to talk about the biology fields of study and their branches. And the other topic that I will talk is how life started on the planet. Now, the first topic, biology, is the science which deals with the study of living objects and their life process. Also, in Greek words, bios equals to life, logos equals to study. Also, biology is a broad field including many branches and subdisciplines. So, biology is a study of structure, function, growth, evolution, distribution, identification, and also taxonomy. Some of the main branches are taxonomy. It is the science of identification, nomenclature, classification, of organisms. Morphology. It is the study of external form, shape, size, color, structure, and relative position of various living organs of living beings. Anatomy. It is the study of internal structure which can be observed after dissection. Histology. It is the study of tissue organization and structure as observed through a light microscope. These are some of the main branches that are in biology. Now, the next topic that is how life started on the planet. There are many theories of how life began in the earth, like the belief in a supreme being, volcanoes, electrical activity, and so on. But until now, that everything has previously happened, give rise to a system based on deoxyribonucleic acid and ribonucleic acid capable to store information to create various molecules and edit their modification. And also, this involves the evolution that starts with the prevalence of archaea under the bacteria and later the eukarya. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Mariana Vega and I will talk you about the characteristics of living things and the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Well, there are seven characteristics of living things and these are respiration, sensitivity, growth, reproduction, expression, and nutrition. And as I already told you, I will also talk about the eukaryotic and prokaryotic cell. The prokaryotic cell are unicellular organisms that lack organelles or other internal membrane bound structure. Therefore, they don't have a nucleus, but instead generally have a single chromosome, a piece of circular double-strand DNA located in an area of cell called the nucleus. Eukaryotic cell are cells that contain a nucleus and organelles and are enclosed by a plasma membrane. Organisms that have eukaryotic cells include protozoa, fungi, plants, and animals.
Hi, my name is Manuel Mendes Cruz, and I'm going to talk about the history of the microscope and also about the cell and the cell theory. The first light microscope was invented by Dutch spectacle makers Hans Janssen and his son Zacharias in the late 16th century. The compound microscope used three thread tubes with lenses that were situated in the ends of the flanking tube. Zacharias Janssen and his father design used a biconvex A-piece lens and a planar convex objective lens, which was considered to be a very advanced design during the late 16th century. Observing a sample through the microscope required the user to hold it in their hand while sliding the draw tube in or out. The microscope was capable of magnifying samples as little as 3 times or as much as 10 times when fully extended. Now, the cell theory. Cell theory is one of the basic principles of biology. Credit for the formulation of this theory is given to German scientists Theodor Schwann, Matthias Sladen, and Rudolf Virchow. The cell theory states all living organisms are composed of cells. They may be unicellular or multicellular. The cell is the basic unit of life. Cells arise from pre-existing cells. They are not derived from spontaneous generation. The modern version of the cell theory includes the ideas that energy flow occurs within cells, hereditary information, which is the DNA, is passed on from cell to cell. All cells have the same basic chemical composition, and cells are the simplest unit of matter that is living. The two primary kinds of cells are eukaryotic cells which have a true nucleus containing DNA, and prokaryotic cells, which have no true nucleus. In prokaryotic cells, the DNA is coiled up in a region called the nucleus.
Hi, I am going to explain homeostasis. Homeostasis is any self-regulating process by which biological systems tend to maintain stability while adjusting to conditions that are optimal for survival. If homeostasis is successful, life continues. If it is unsuccessful, disasters or death can happen. The stability attained is actually a dynamic equilibrium in which continuous change occurs yet relatively uniform conditions prevail. Any system in dynamic equilibrium tends to reach a steady state, a balance that resists outside forces of change. When such a system is disturbed, built-in regulatory devices respond to the departures to establish a new balance. Such a process is one of feedback control. All processes of integration and coordination of function, whether mediated by electrical circuits or by nervous and hormone systems, are examples of homeostatic regulation. The concept of homeostasis was first suggested in the 19th century by the French psychologist Claude Bernard, who stated that all the vital mechanisms vary as they have only one object, that of preserving the constant conditions of something. Now I'm going to explain what is an organ system. An organ system is a group of anatomical structures that work together to perform a specific function or tasks. The function of the body's organ system overlap considerably, and your body could not function without the cooperation of all its organ system. In fact, the failure of one organ system could lead to severe disability or even death. First, skeletal system provides supports and structures. There's calcium, minerals, fats, and marrow. Integumentary system provides protection, regulates body temperature, prevents water loss. Muscular system provides body movement and generates heat when muscles contract. Nervous system, regulatory system that controls body movement, consciousness, intelligence, and memory. Endocrine system, secretes hormones which regulate body and cellular growth, chemical levels in the body, and reproductive functions. Circulatory system, pumps blood to distribute hormones, nutrients and gases, and removes wastes. Lymphatic system, transports and filters lymph and initiates the immune response. Digestive system mechanically and chemically breaks down food materials, absorbs nutrients, and expels waste. Respiratory system responsible of the exchange of gases within the body between blood and lungs. Urinary system leaders the blood and removes waste from it, concentrates waste into urine, and expels urine from body. Reproductive system produces sex cells, hormones, and when in conjunction, they allow the fertilization. And that's all.
Hi, my name is Mauricio Alangarza Bandera, and I will talk you about health and diseases, health in adolescence, and healthy lifestyles. Health is a complete well-being in the three areas of a human being: physical, mental, and social. Health is measured on normal behavior. On the other hand, disease is related to the abnormal behavior that help explore the emotional disturbances of a person. Now, adolescence in healthcare. Adolescence is a stage characterized by the transition from childhood to adult, which implies physical, cognitive, and physiological changes. Adolescents are considered healthy people because they have the strength to resist diseases, even better than children or adults. They have physical changes in their maturation of a sexual way, such as growth of female genitalia, the growth of breast in women, and in men, the growth of genitals, increase of muscle mass, and the growth of facial hair. Another aspect to take in consideration in adolescence is the brain, because in adolescence the brain is still developing. Now, a healthy lifestyle is the one which includes a healthy body. And to have a healthy body and a healthy lifestyle, we need to have a healthy diet, make exercise, sleep well 7 to 8 hours, do not smoke, do not consume alcohol, And by doing this, we will have a healthy lifestyle and avoid diseases such as diabetes, bulimia, or even anorexia.